I am going to be making a tutorial on Corsair's ICUE lighting program that gives you complete control over all of their devices and some devices from other companies as well. So the first thing you're going to want to do, for those of you who don't already have it installed, is you'll just want to go to the Corsair website and go to software, and right here where it says ICUE software, you can just click on that and you can go ahead and download it right here. Now I've already got it downloaded and I've got it up and running. So when you open ICUE, you're going to be greeted by this front page. You're going to have some pre-programmed scenes, and all of your current plugged in Corsair devices should pop up here. And sometimes, if it's compatible, other brand devices, like you'll see my Strix motherboard is also showing up here, and I can control the lighting for that. And that's very nice because I can sync it with all of my other lighting and have it match. And so if you just have a keyboard or a mouse or a headset by Corsair, this next part isn't really going to apply to you. But if you come over here to the dashboard, you can go ahead and add different widgets up here in this menu, and it will show you the stats of your Corsair PC components based off the sensors they've built into them. So right here I've got my liquid cooler. It's giving me the fan speed of each fan currently. It's giving my pump speed and my coolant temp. And then I've got my RAM temperatures here as well. And I've got my rising temperatures. I've only got a 9% load. And so it shows you all of the stats for your computer all in this area. While you can show things like your mouse DPI, it's not as useful as being able to see all of your computer stats. They will also, some preloaded ones will show up here in the main menu when you open it. So let's get into the lighting. So the Corsair lighting system has a layered effect to it. So when you're putting together the lighting profiles, you're going to do it by layers. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll do my keyboard here. And I can go to lighting effects, and you'll see I've got 3 different lighting effects here in different layers. I've got a static color, just a solid color across the entire back of the keyboard is where I've got that applied. And then on top of that color, right here, you'll see if I drag this under, it now shows that the entire keyboard is white instead of having the blue outline that I've got. So now it will show up blue again now that I've dragged it back over this white static color. And next is the type lighting. So the type lighting I've got here just makes it so that when I press a key, it sends a wave across the entire keyboard, which you can see it's showing the location on here. And if I were to do the same thing with this, drag it under, then the wave effect when I type on the keyboard is no longer there. But the second I drag it back to the top, you'll see that it just resumed the wave pattern. And so it does it based off of the origin of the lights on your keyboard. So when I press the enter key, it goes from around the center. If I were to press the tab key, it goes from the left side of the board all the way to the right side of the keyboard. And that's the key to getting all of your lighting effects to look clean and smooth. So right now, I'm going for a blue and white color theme for my gaming setup. And so you'll see as I scroll through here, you can look at all the different effects of my devices. So my RAM, you'll see I've got this rain effect. For my fans, if I go over to my lighting node core, I can just go to lighting channel, and you'll see I've got the arc effect with a static color. So if I were to hide this, there's now no white background because the layer is now not visible. And here it is again, completely visible, and this allows you to create nice backgrounds and have everything look smooth instead of only being able to have one color on there at a single time. Now, one important thing to know is when you're setting up your Corsair fans, if you have them, is you need to make sure that in the lighting setup you select the correct number of fans and the correct fans. I have 6 of the LL RGB series fans 4 black and 2 white. And so I've got those set here. And if I don't do that, while it'll show the right effect here, the lighting won't match up on my computer, and some of the fans won't even show lighting. So you need to make sure that you have the correct lighting setup selected for your computer. Now, you're able to set different profiles with the ICUE program, or ICUE program. Now, if you have a Corsair keyboard or mouse, those profiles can easily be switched between using a button pre-programmed on your keyboard or mouse. So you'll see, let's say I go over to my keyboard, and I'm going to use the button on my mouse. It'll switch the color. And then it shows all of your different profiles. And for all of your devices, Corsair devices in the ICUE program, you can control all of the individual settings for them. So like, you know, if I want to change my mouse DPI, I just go click on my mouse, I go to DPI, and here I can change all my DPI. So if you've got a preferred DPI, you can just go here and you can change it. So right here, I can just go ahead and change, this is my preferred DPI, so now this is 400. I want something slightly more, just for maybe casual work, and then just for the heck of it, have something even more sensitive. And then this way, I can control all of my DPI, which can all be controlled on, which depending on your mouse could be controlled using buttons on your mouse as well to switch between these different settings. Now, the other thing to notice is that Corsair has these pre-programmed scenes in ICUE. These are some of the most basic ones. You just have Rainbow Wave. That'll just change all of your devices to a rainbow. You can easily unequip any of them by just clicking on it again. Now, the other thing to think about is, let's say you want a cool lighting effect, but you're not the best at creating it yourself. So what you can do is you can go ahead and go over to the Corsair website, and if you go hover back over software and go over to ICUE software, you can click Profile Library. And you'll see here that Corsair themselves have put together a bunch of different profiles that you can use. Now, I have noticed that when I've tried to use some of them have not worked. I don't know whether it's my fans or some of my different devices just aren't compatible with the color designs, but I found some of them pretty cool and enjoy using them. Like the Apex one is probably on the first page. And this is a really easy way to get really cool and nice effects if you're not the best at it. You can also, if you look up online, you can find people who've created their own and posted them online, and you can download those and try them out as well. And so to use these, you simply, let's say I want to use the Cyberpunk one. I'll just click the download button. It'll install it up here. Alright, I like to open the file location to make sure it's in a place I can use it. So now I should be able to go back to my ICUE program, and you'll just want to go to one of your existing profiles, click the 3 dots, and click Import Profile. You can then click the plus button, and it should be in your downloads, or wherever you send all of your downloads from the internet. And you can just click on that and import it. Alright, so that is my tutorial on the ICUE program by Corsair. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe.